Today I'm going to talk about in 2026 what are the big consumer trends that are likely to come to. Why is it useful to you? The reason this is useful to you is if you want to start a business, I'm going to give you 25 to 30 ideas that are going to happen in 2026. You can pick any of them and start a business. If you're a brand manager, if you're a product manager, you want to grow this business of yours, listen to the 2025 trends I'm going to tell you, which are really going to help you scale up. Now, to talk about this video, I'm going to talk in 4 broad themes which are likely to play out in 2026. So the first theme I'm going to talk about is any conversation has to begin with AI. So I'm going to talk about AI, what is called social commerce and quick commerce. That's theme number 1. Theme number 2, you may be a little surprised to hear, I'm going to talk about God. How suddenly God has become an excellent business model. Number 3, I'm going to talk about is physical channels, how physical channels are going to rise. And number 4, I'm going to talk about is health and wellness. So within these, I'm going to go to 5-6 ideas under each you can use to become entrepreneurs, grow your business, etc. So let's get started in terms of AI. What is likely to happen with AI? The first thing that is going to happen is the way we search. Today, if we look at search for buying a new product or just exploring products, we go through regular search. But what will happen with AI is all of this is going through AI. Now, all this search about product discovery will go through AI. So it's very, very important for you to do SEO not just with regular search, but also on AI-based LLM search. That's the first thing. The second, what is interesting is in India, AI is now scaling up to tier 2 and tier 3 cities. But in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, the unique consumer insight is that people engage through their voice and engage in multiple languages. India has an incredible number of languages and local cultures. So there is going to be an absolute boom when you think about regional language LLMs and also voice-based LLM. Number 3 is what are people using AI for? And most people don't know this. So HBR recently did an study and they said that the number 1 use case for generative AI is actually therapy and companionship. People are not using AI for productivity. They're using it for therapy, seeking friendship, seeking love. That's very interesting. Why? Because the business for AI-powered girlfriends and boyfriends is a thriving one and it is expected to grow by 25 to 30% over the next few years. If you want to set up a business in that area, you will do extremely well. Now let's look at the negatives of AI. We're talking so much about threat to jobs. What we cannot deny is AI has taken jobs at the entry level, AI is taking jobs at the mid level, and HBR research is saying AI is also taking jobs at the senior most level. So this job situation is going to get dire in 2026. You will see more layoffs that are coming at every level. Now let's move to what is called social commerce. Social commerce means doing business through social media. You often see influencers selling products and services through social media. That's called social commerce. It's very, very big in China. There's something called live streaming in China. An influencer comes, live streams their products, and 500 million Chinese are addicted to it. They watch it regularly. This is coming to India. It's going to become very, very big. If you want to get into the space, it is a great idea of social commerce. So just to give you some numbers, about 10% of Myntra's revenue actually comes from social media sales or social commerce. Now, how will brands talk to influencers? We often talk about influencers. One of the movements that you will see next year is brands are going to move to nano influencers. Who's a nano influencer? Someone who has less than 40,000 or 50,000 followers. Why? Because the big influencers are not seen as authentic anymore. Basically, every brand will think you pay them 5 lakh rupees, they will say 1 + 1 = 3. But nano influencers are seen as more authentic, and a lot of brands will work with these nano influencers in terms of that. Now, one of the things that's going to be interesting is the influencer business will continue to rise. More and more Gen Z and the next generation that's coming, which is called Gen Alpha, will want to become influencers. What will also happen is creator-based brands, where the creator is the face of a brand, and the brand can be anything, a perfume, a moisturizer, or food, will continue to grow as is a global trend that is happening. Let's talk about quick commerce. Think of models like Blinkit, Swiggy, etc. They will expand to all other categories. Now, within 10 minutes, you will get ambulances, you will get maids, you will get every category you can think of. It will also expand to tier 2 and tier 3 cities, covering potentially 90% of pin codes fields in India. Will it be profitable is the big question. My personal view is it won't be. I will do a detailed video on this at a future point. Now moving to the second theme, and I'm sure none of you would have guessed I will ever talk about something like this, that God is going to be an excellent business model. What do I mean by? Number one, astrology is booming. Astrology is booming, will continue to boom. Astrotech. Astrotech means what? You go on a site like AstroSage, Astrotech, pay money and an astrologer talks to you, will continue to see record growth. Why is this happening is the big question. If you look at Gen Z millennials, a lot of them are very lonely and unhappy. They want to talk to therapists. But in India, there is a shortage of therapists and there's a certain taboo about talking about mental health. So the astrologer has actually become the therapist. So a lot of Gen Z are going to astrologers and asking questions like, when will I get this job? Will my ex come back? And typically the astrologer is asking this question. This is absolutely going to boom over in 2026 and going forward. Let me give you some numbers. According to Markintel advisors, the Indian astrology app market is likely to grow to $1.8 billion. Number two, there's going to be a huge interest in yoga and spirituality. Yoga has already become a huge brand. Spirituality is also becoming a big brand. So think of on-demand puja services. So you are a person, you want to do Ganesh Chaturthi, but you don't do the right kind of, what kind of Ganga Jal, what kind of material you need, or the right kind of verse. All of this on-demand puja services is going to become very big. Digital courses in this space is going to become very, very big. Spiritual retreats, for example. If you want to say, some people want to discover spirituality, you take them to a resort, charge them ridiculous amount of money, and this is a market that is going to become very, very big. Now, spiritual tourism, think of going to spiritual places like Ayodhya, Kashi, will also boom. Let me give you some numbers. Spiritual tourism, according to Make My Trip, is growing at 19% and will continue to grow. Now, does this mean all this is good? Absolutely not. There are many influencers who will be essentially fraudsters and they will say, I am spiritual, and say stupid things and do stupid things. So beware of such people also. Let's move to the third section, which is the rise of physical channels. Now, we talk so much about digital, but the one message I want to give you is the physical channel is absolutely going to thrive. So the first thing is malls. Footfall in malls will go up. Everybody thought after COVID malls will die. No, footfall in malls is going up. If you look at 2025, there's a study by Cushman and Wakefield. Mall traffic has gone up by 25%. Now malls are more than just shopping. They're giving you commerce, they're giving you entertainment, their concerts and everything. So mall traffic will absolutely rise. What is also going to rise in India is what is called the experience-driven event. Think of concerts, think of cricket matches, think of physical events. So IPL 2026, men and women will be an absolute blockbuster. The concert economy is a blockbuster. If I look at Ernst & Young, they have said that India's live entertainment market is going to grow at 19% every year over the next 3 years. Great space to be in. There are games like pickleball and sports avenues which you can rent. This is a model that is going to grow. Pickleball has suddenly become the new cool thing. And if you have a sporting avenue which corporate employees can rent and play on evenings, is a great business. There is a relationship crisis, 30 plus people. There are incredible number of people who are single. You may have seen this other video of mine why people are not getting married. So any dating and mingling service for 30 plus people is a fantastic model and people will pay any amount of money for this. Let's come to real estate. Real estate is the big fish in this. Luxury real estate will continue to grow, which you of course know. So there's 8 crore, 10 crore, 20 crore flats. But what nobody is telling you is real estate is crashing. Outside that luxury, volumes in real estate are crashing. Inventories are at record levels. People are not spending that much money. There is so much concern about the job market. Volumes are declining. Let me give you some numbers. According to JLL, residential real estate in India's top 7 cities dropped by 12% in 2025. Why? Because there are high prices, there are uncertainty about jobs, and some of the builders are also unethical. So real estate will actually crash. Only the luxury real estate is growing. Do not believe any fake media narrative in this space. Let's talk about health and wellness. This is such a big theme. Of course, healthy food is going to continue its rise. So people are now getting healthy about looking at labels, looking at low sugar, low salt, low oil, high protein kind of food. So this kind of food will grow at 8 to 10%. Many industry estimates say. But the thing is, if I look at the category as a whole, it will not be more than 8 to 10% of the category. One, because these food tend to be expensive. Two, not a lot of consumers outside Gen Z really believe in this healthy food concept. So the question is, what about the remaining 90%? So what about quick service restaurants? So as per Modern Intelligence, the Indian quick service restaurant business will grow at 9.5%, which is not a small number, which is faster than the growth of the Indian economy. Why, you may say? Because understand one thing, consumers say one thing and consumers do the exact opposite. Healthy food will rise, unhealthy food will also rise. Food business is a good space to be in. Something that will be very interesting in 2026 is weight loss drugs are slowly becoming legal in India. The regulatory authorities have all approved it. So the top 1% of India will now start using weight loss drugs. Now, weight loss drugs are expensive. The monthly cost is 15 to 25,000 rupees. So it's only available to the top 1%. So you will see a lot of obese people suddenly becoming very slim, as a lot of celebrities, and they will say, no, it's because of diet, but it's actually because of weight loss drugs. Which celebrity can you think of? Drop their names in the comments section. But what about weight loss drugs? Will it become a big business model? The answer is yes. According to Grand View Research, the market for GLP-1, which is weight loss semi-glutamatic basis therapies in India, is likely to grow at 34% over the next 5 years. Now, mental health, of course, is going to become an even bigger issue. There are going to be more job losses, unfortunately, in 2026. There is already a job crisis that is going on for the urban youth in India. So mental health is going to be a bigger issue. But if you want to start a business in this, know that no one has really cracked this space. If you think of starting a platform, bringing therapists on, no one has really cracked this space. So it may not be a good business idea. There may be a need, but nobody knows how to crack this space. So here are some 25 or 30 ideas I've given you. Question is, what will happen at the end of 2026? Let me tell you what will happen at the 2026. We are going to see the first pilots of what is called the drone economy. You're going to see flying taxis. You're going to see drone deliveries, and you're going to see self-driving cars and self-driving robots start entering India for a pilot phase, of course. So actually, when I do this same video at the end of next year, it's going to be far more interesting. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much.